I think my proudest moment.
I think my strongest character trait would be...
So what's your name and what do you do?
So my name is Roma and I help other entrepreneurs and business owners to scale their businesses by leveraging social media and internet marketing, as well as I am a success mindset coach where I help people to dig beneath the surface limitations and thoughts and release their true potential.
What's the first time you ever tried to start a business?
I think it was 3 years ago when I actually left my 9-to-5 job, and I didn't know what I'm gonna do, but one thing led to another, and I figured out that probably social media and marketing is quite interesting to me.
Did you have any dream that you wanted to do something as a child?
Yes, I wanted to teach people, and I was always constantly singing, like behind my house when no one is seeing. When I was like little girl, I used to just take some wood stick and like sing, But at that time I didn't know that I can sing,
What's been your proudest moment in entrepreneurship?
I think the proudest moment is overcoming myself. All those, I think, times when I actually pushed beyond my limitations, when I was said no, and still having persistence to keep going.
What do you say is your strongest character trait?
I think diligence is one of the key to everything I do. I saw my parents, worked really hard. And since childhood, that ability to really go through any, challenges and not only work hard, but really be diligent in what you do, persistent, I think that's a great skill to have.
What's the most money you've ever lost or made in a day?
I don't think I lost money. I would say I invested money, which was 10K.
Did the investment go well? What happened with the investment?
I think he did kind of okay, but it wasn't as I expected, so it didn't make big changes as I expected in my journey.
If we give you £1 million, what would you do with it?
I think I would do more of what I do and invest in myself for sure. I would get a mentor and also give back to people and mentors who actually supported me in the journey.
What's your most difficult customer or client you've ever dealt with?
I get quite well with people, and with my clients I think they buy from me because of me, so we're always in good relationships, but I had this one client who constantly used to pick up on my language. He's a British, gentleman in his 60s, and he used to correct every word I say. And I remember I used to come to his office a bit, stressed out. I felt like, what's gonna happen now? He's gonna pick up on me again. I didn't feel myself. So that was quite challenging,
Have you ever been tricked or conned in business?
Again, I would say yes and no, because I think the system or whatever was legitimate, offered, but it didn't bring results. It wasn't played, I would say, fairly.
Tell us about your most difficult point as an entrepreneur and what you learned from that experience.
I think, again, coming back to the energy work that I have done, I had so much limiting beliefs about myself, how powerful I am. And, I had to work on this powerless energy a lot, and hopelessness and helplessness energy. And at some point, it's, I'm a very positive person, and, I believe in myself, but there is something that holds me back, and I couldn't, achieve anything. I was just where I was, So it was quite challenging, to overcome myself,
How do you persevere through difficult moments?
I don't get emotionally involved so much about what's happening, and I still keep that rational thinking when I see the challenge in front of me. And also I do practices like meditation, quieting my mind, journaling, and looking for solutions, instead of focusing on the problem, I would say.
What would you say is your biggest insecurity?
My biggest insecurity is standing here talking. But we are breaking through it, so it's good.
The hardest thing about being an entrepreneur is?
I think getting the right team that is aligned with your vision and is on the same page with what you want to achieve. I think people are key, in your business.
How much money does your business make per year? Would you mention?
Definitely not the amount that I would love.
The biggest mistake entrepreneurs make?
I think it's, again, 80-20 rule. They focus so much on the strategy and they don't pay attention to the inner work that they actually need to do. Because if you don't feel worthy, if you don't have the space created for that thing to come into your reality, most probably you're gonna need to work really hard, push, force things to unfold. Where instead, if you would do inner work, get fully aligned with what you are calling in, that would cause it to come much easier.
What inspires you daily?
I think impact and other people who achieved greatness already. So it's a great example that I can, look up to and see what's possible for me and even beyond.
Do you think people choose to remain in poverty?
I definitely think that anything in our reality is a choice at some point, and we can go a bit deeper, at soul level, what you choose, what you do not choose. I understand if you are born, in the circumstances, where you don't have food, you don't have basic things. I understand it might be difficult to see beyond what's possible because you would only know what you know, It doesn't exist for you, You think that this is now where I have to play. But at the same time, I believe that, if you have ambition to achieve something or go beyond where you are, you can definitely, manifest anything.
Did you ever take on debt to start a business?
I would say not. I didn't go on debt, but I borrowed money from my parents for my first mentorship.
How much?
It was around 12K.
If you became the leader of the world, what would your first action be?
Well, I would probably make sure that all those lies that we have been told, how society works, how the system is operating, I would do my best, to educate people on how powerful they are, to make their own personal choices, and that that greatness is really possible for everyone in their own terms, in their own understanding. You don't have to work hard, spend years to become somebody, You and even sometimes you don't become somebody, you just keep doing the same because someone told you, and you look around, it's like everyone works so hard, so probably it is how we're supposed to be. You don't make a choice, to go beyond that. That's why I see like so many people in their work, like jobs they have. Most of the times they lost a passion, ambition. They say, oh, I'm too old, I'm too, this or that. But it's, it's from the upper levels of society, of the government and people who are in charge, who has, greater power, who doesn't want to know, who doesn't want you to know that there is more and there is a different way how you can operate. Really, the system is not for us to become entrepreneurs, it's for us to be workers,
A quick quote or inspiring word you feel like would help any aspiring entrepreneurs out there?
I think there is a good one, like a simple one, like life, starts outside of comfort zone. So know that, if it feels like you are doing great and there's no resistance, understand that it's still in your comfort zone. Greatness exists only when you actually, going beyond, and decluttering all that, what you have, at least limited beliefs or, insecurities or whatever. So I would say this is a good line that not even entrepreneurs, everyone should understand. Like, life really starts outside our comfort zone.